Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, the 21st day of June, 15th day of Sivan. Here we go. Today, a couple of laws about Aleinu. You know what we say at the end of davening, Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol. Basically, it says there, the kind of synopsis of it is that we are giving our commands to praise the God who is the creator of the world, and how we should bow to him, and we should yearn for him, and that's not doing it justice, but that's the kind of things, and we owe all of our everything to God. That's kind of what we're saying in Aleinu. But please look at the translation of it, because I didn't just do it justice. It's a very, very important prayer. Don't think that it's stuck on to the end of davening because it's just an add-on. Matter of fact, let's go back to the beginning and I'll explain to you how important it is, and it's not just an add-on. First of all, Yehoshua. You know Yehoshua, who learned everything from Moshe? He's the one who composed it. So you already see that it's very important. It dates way, way, way back, all the way to Yehoshua. He composed it after the Jewish people conquered the city of Jericho, which was done with great miracles. And you could imagine that at a time like that, they felt like saying, Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, we should praise God, who just is everything. He helped us win this battle. He helps us with everything. Originally, Aleinu only got into our davening in the Musaf of Rosh Hashanah. Some of you may know that we have it there in the middle of the Musaf of Rosh Hashanah, and that's the original place that it was put. But it was then later added on to be at the end of all of our davenings. Not because it's just, let's stick it on there at the end of davening, but for one thing, people felt that before ending your davening and going off to rush to your work, it would be very important for us to know, Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, I'm about to leave the presence of God, at least praying to Him. I'm about to go off into my work situation, and just before I do that, I want to make it very clear and strongly evident in my mind that it's God that is everything. And that's why we say it at the end of davening, not because it's an add-on, but because we're about to step out into the world, and that's the best time to remind ourselves of this very important detail. Also, we want to show that davening was not a burden upon ourselves, and certainly if we would rush right out of davening, right out of shul at the end of davening, it would make it look like davening was a burden. So in order to show that it isn't, we pause and we wait before we walk out of the shul. And saying Aleinu is the perfect thing to say while doing that pause and before walking out of the shul. That is what the Meiri says in Brachos, just for you to know. Everyone should say Aleinu together. It's best that everyone says it together if possible. If for whatever reason you are stuck in another part of davening and you can't say Aleinu with the congregation, then at least bow when they're doing the bow so you could show I'm with the congregation. I too acknowledge that God is everything. If you're, let's say, coming to shul for Marav and you're catching the tail end of Mincha, so sure, say Aleinu with them. You're supposed to say Aleinu with them, because while the congregation is saying Aleinu, you're not supposed to have the body language of, you're going to want to join in with that because everybody's praising God. If you have a nusach that's a little bit different, so that Aleinu is different in your order of your siddur, a lot of rabbis still say that it's important for you to try and say Aleinu when the congregation that you're with is saying Aleinu. Speak to your rabbi about that. If you know that you're at a shul that every day has Aleinu in a different setup than in your siddur, a lot of rabbis will tell you that you should try to arrange it that you're saying Aleinu with the congregation. Of course, it's supposed to be said standing, and of course, it's supposed to be said with a lot of concentration. I once saw a video of a great tzaddik who took, and I'm not exaggerating, it looked like it was going to take him about a half an hour to recite the whole Aleinu, and they say that's how he always says it. That's something to aspire to, not just the way you might say it, or me, but with real intention, with real devotion. That's how Aleinu should be recited. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye.